Hi, friends. Welcome to the Putting You Back Together Again show. I'm Rochelle Booker, aka Coach Ro.
And I'm her part-time co-host every other week, CJCEEJAY. And we are so excited, so ecstatic, and so elated. Alliteration. I love it. To have you join us on our lunch show, this radio show that we're kicking off. We want you to tune in. We want you to be engaged. So tune in, dial in at 832-560-2885.
Thank you for that.
Absolutely.
Yes, we are super excited to have you with us today. And today we're going to be talking about ghosted. Have you ever been Caspered?
Ooh.
I love the special effects. Thank you. Well, if you're not familiar with the term, ghosting is when people suddenly just disappear. Just
Poof.
poof.
Be gone.
Step out of your life for no rhyme or reason, no explanation whatsoever, right? You got me? And caspering is when they fade in and out of your life.
Back, forth, and forth, like the Aaliyah song.
Yes. And what do you think the reason is that for? That's what we want to explore today and talk more about that.
Well, goodness. The reasons and the reasonings could be wide and deep.
Yes.
Right? So let's dive into ghosted first.
Okay.
So Coach Ruff.
Yes. Uh-oh. I feel it coming.
Put her on the spot. Have you been ghosted?
I have.
You have?
I have. Yeah. Can you believe it? I have.
Well, no, I cannot believe it. No, I cannot believe it.
Yes.
Professionally or personally?
Both, actually.
Both?
Yeah,
Oh,
both.
my goodness.
So, well, let me tell you a little bit about that.
Okay.
So, actually, when I was dating a few years ago,
Mhm.
so I was dating this gentleman, and we went on a date. I was looking nice, smelling good, had my fresh lashes on, and we went to a nice high-end restaurant. Just had a great time. And
Right,
prior to
right.
that, we had been talking for a few weeks,
Right.
and so there was a mutual interest,
Right.
and we decided to go out on a date, first date. And we clicked. There was a nice vibe,
Right.
and had a great dinner, great conversation, great wine, drink, everything, right?
Right.
And then after that, I went home. He went to his house, and I did not hear from him for about 6 days after
So
that.
let's put a pin in it right there.
Yes.
You said you went home. And
I
you
went to my house. He went to his
Okay,
house.
we just want
Yeah.
to make sure
Yeah.
we're clear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's make that clear.
So okay, go ahead. We'll come back to that.
We'll come back to that. So, but during the conversation at the restaurant, he was kind of trying to fill me out, asking me pretty much for a dessert that wasn't on the menu in a roundabout way, right? Of course, he didn't come out and just directly ask me for that. So he wanted to get in the cookie jar, and I didn't open up the cookie jar. And because of that, I started thinking after, he didn't call me for almost a week. That may have been the reason.
Well, was there anything that promoted him to ask about the dessert that was not on the menu?
Yeah, just looking at me and how fine and good I was looking. I guess that's the reason why. I have no idea, and I kind of just redirected the conversation to something else other than, what was not on the menu. So, but there are different reasons why people ghost or people casper you. And so it just crossed my mind that maybe that was it. And my thing is, even if, he wanted to tap that, right? He wanted to get into that cookie jar, just be transparent and honest about it rather than sort of, leading people on saying that you've got a mutual interest and you want to continue, building a relationship when in fact, that's not the case.
Well, he was honest and transparent about it.
Oh, by ghosting me.
No, he wanted to cook it.
He wanted to cook it.
Cookie.
Well, he didn't get his hand in the cookie jar. And why? Why didn't he just say, hey, I'm in my feelings right now. Really, that's what's on my mind. I'm kind of, a little disappointed. Things didn't go that way. And at least we can have an adult conversation about it rather than just disappearing for 5 or 6 days and then call me as if we're supposed to pick up where we left off. Like, hey, how you doing?
Well, did you ask him what happened?
Of course, you better believe I did.
What was his response?
He was like, oh, you know what? I just had some stuff going on with my family. I got caught up. But he was posting stuff on Facebook every day and LinkedIn. I'm like, so you've got time to post on social media, but you don't have time to call and check on me to see how I'm doing.
Well, that takes energy.
It does take energy
to do that.
That's right.
And maybe he didn't want to expunge that energy.
No, maybe so.
Maybe.
Maybe so.
Well, his loss.
Somebody else's game. That's
His
right.
loss.
Absolutely.
And actually, let's peel back a layer with that.
Yes.
So, ladies, and fellas, maybe. 'Cause
Yeah,
you just never know.
absolutely. It goes
two
both
go
ways.
different
It cuts
ways.
both ways.
If you don't want to give up you call it cookie.
Yeah, the cookie.
I'm gonna call it nookie. Huh?
Yeah, the nookie and the cookie. Okay. We see where you're going. Yeah.
At least he was upfront, right? And where he wanted this relationship to go.
Yes.
However, if you don't want that relationship to go in that direction,
Correct.
be open and transparent,
Correct.
right?
Yes.
Because communication with any relationship, regardless of how that relationship, what that relationship looks like, the basis of that relationship is
Communication.
communication.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's right.
So you have to make sure you have that communication in place.
Yes.
But so now let's go back. I want to go back.
How far back we going? To the cookie?
Well, no, not to the nookie, not to the nookie. Mate, that's a different show.
Yeah, we'll do that next
That's
time.
a different show.
Yeah.
So after those 5 or 6 days had elapsed,
Mm-hmm.
and he said he got caught up with his family.
Yes.
What did that look like after that?
Well, so I said, you know what? I'm just such a woman of God. And I just said, okay, I'll give him a second chance.
Oh, so you basically giving him grace.
I'm giving him grace. That's right. Because God
okay.
has extended so much grace to me.
Okay.
So I said, okay, well, let me give him another chance. And then so we went on another date a couple weeks later. Same thing happened. Same thing. So, okay. Yeah.
What did you say? You was going to change?
Well, hey, I'm trying to give people the benefit of the doubt. And especially if I'm showing you grace, you're going to come back and do the same thing over again.
He's a convicted felon.
That's right. I'm done. You're locked up.
He's convicted because he didn't get the cookie.
He didn't get the cookie.
Or the nookie.
The nookie. That's right. And he wasn't going to get it. So he understood that's what it was. I drew a hard line, no exceptions. And
so how did he approach it? I can't remember the name of the R&B group, but they said the second time around. So how did he approach it the second time around?
Oh, it was pretty much the same thing. I mean, we went to a different restaurant. You can tell I just love to eat. And so we went to a different restaurant.
No.
You can't. Oh, thank you. I do work out a lot. And it was pretty much the same type of conversation. Again, like I say, the vibes were good. We had a stimulating conversation. But back to the whole dessert menu, wanted something that wasn't on the menu. He kind of was alluding to that, right, without directly asking for it. And I was like, oh, no. And I just changed the subject, politely changed the subject. And then when it was time I drove in my separate car. He drove in his separate car just in case this happened again. If he drove me home, he would have said, oh, can I walk you to the door? Can I come in for a nightcap? And so to eliminate all of that chaos and confusion, I just decided to meet him there. So don't be afraid, ladies. If you're not comfortable where it may go, you can go ahead and meet that person somewhere.
But this is true now. But why do you think it would have changed the second time on the second date?
Because sometimes leopards don't change.
Right, exactly. So
there's not. So
did you have an epiphany?
I was just, keeping hope alive, just trying to.
Oh, you trying to Jesse Jackson?
Yeah. So,
Okay.
So try to give him another chance, and same result.
So you wanted to Jesse Jackson and Biggie Smalls.
And Biggie Smalls.
One more chance. And keep hope alive.
And keep hope alive.
Well, listen, if he wanted the cookie, the nookie, the bone checka wow, the first time, that's not going to change the second time around.
More often than not.
Trust me, I know.
You know from experience. Well, tell us all about it.
Well, that's another show.
Okay, that's another show.
Now, if you're tuning in, listening to us on Putting You Back Together Again radio show featuring Coach Rowe and co-hosted by CJ, CEE, JAY. And if you've been ghosted, chime in. put that your call that number 832-560-2885, or put your question or comments in the chat. Our phenomenal producer is running the board, so we are ready for you. Now, as far as me being ghosted, because we just can't talk about you.
That's right.
No, never.
But you've been the ghost. You've been the Casper. So you're Casper.
Oh, no, I don't do that. Actually, professionally, I've been ghosted.
Have you? Oh,
I've been professional, because when you're dealing with clients and the businesses that I have, insurance.
Welcome to the Putting You Back Together show again. Welcome to the Putting You Back Together again show. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking with tonight?
Care Bear.
Hello, Care Bear. What do you have for the panel tonight?
I'm in Texas, Temple, Texas, to be exact.
hi.
Hey, Care Bear.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are y'all?
Doing well. I
Doing
love your
excellent.
handle, Care Bear. I love your handle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank
What's your
you.
question or your comment for us?
Yes.
So I seen that y'all were talking about being ghosted.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah. Have
I
you-
actually have an experience of being ghosted, y'all.
well, tell us about that,
Tell us about it.
Miss Care Bear.
Yes.
So I went on a date with this guy. I was looking bomb, like always.
Okay.
And we had a good time. We went hiking
Ooh.
and we went out to eat after. It was so good, right?
Mhm.
And then so we end up at the end of the night, he's thinking, oh, he gonna get some.
Well, Care Bear, you took him on a hike.
He thought he worked hard for it.
Because he went
and I
hiking.
told him, huh?
Because he went hiking. That's work. Go ahead.
He wanted to
Hey,
be
he need to
rewarded.
work out. He needs some water. He needed some milk after
Get
that.
some milk. There's a spray for bears in the
Yes.
wilderness called, they spray the bears. Did you spray him with anything?
So now,
Man,
Care Bear, what
I know-
happened
I
when,
know.
Go ahead. Talk to us.
Oh, I know when I told him at the end of the night, he tried to get a kiss, and I was like, oh, I'm okay. Like, I take things slow. I'm a godly woman. I believe in celibacy. Y'all, he looked at me. His eyes got so big, and he just got out my car and walked off. Didn't
He
even
got out the
close
car?
the door. He didn't even close the door. I
Oh,
was like, damn.
Yeah.
so did you ever hear from him again?
No.
No,
Okay.
that was it.
Wow. So
He
now,
definitely ghosted me.
so Care Bear, talk to us. How did that make you feel?
That made me feel like I dodged a bullet for sure.
Yeah,
You know what? That's
Yeah.
a great answer.
that's right.
That is a great, because some people are cray out here today.
That's right.
And
It's-
you
Mhm.
do have to be careful. No, you really do have to
To
be careful.
Yeah.
You really do. All jokes aside, but that at least you didn't. Now, did you call him?
Oh yeah, I called him. He blocked me and everything.
He blocked
He
you.
blocked you. Now see how he flipped the
He
script.
blocked me.
He said, "Bye, Felicia."
Bye, Felicia. He said, "Girl, bye."
He wanted that microwave back. He wasn't getting it.
He wanted the microwave back.
Wait a minute. He gave you a microwave?
No, I was talking about the box. My box is the microwave, and he ain't getting it.
Oh.
No, because you say he wanted the microwave back, so it makes it imply that you know. Huh?
Tell us.
Uh-huh.
I did not. I did
Oh,
not.
you
didn't?
I wanted to. I
Yeah,
wanted
warming the
to,
food
but
up.
he was too fast for me, guys. He was too
Yeah.
fast.
See, and you made the
Okay.
right decision. You made the right. So good for you. Good for you. Yeah.
Well, that is awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. And Care Bear, we want to say a big time thank you for being our first caller.
Woo!
For being,
Yes.
for being vulnerable. Thank you for opening up and
Yes.
being vulnerable. We appreciate
As a
that.
matter of fact, please send your information to our producer, and we're going to provide you with a $25 gift card.
Oh, thank you. That's so sweet.
Now, don't
I
ghost us.
appreciate that.
Send us your real information.
Yeah. And then, hey, listen, Tell your friends, tell your parents, tell your relatives, tell your coworkers, tell your
Everybody.
neighbor,
Everybody.
everybody about the Putting You
All
Back
right.
Together Again show and how they blessed you off the top with a $25 gift card. Huh?
Okay, I will do that.
Thank
Okay,
you.
perfect. Thank you so
Thank
much for
you for
calling
calling.
in.
Bye-bye.
Bye, y'all. Have a good day.
The same.
Oh, I love it. Care Bear.
Care Bear. Well,
Oh,
so Care Bear.
yes.
Oh boy, didn't get any care at all.
He didn't get any care at
because
all.
He didn't get,
He wanted some
box.
tender loving. Yeah, TLC. He didn't get any TLC.
But on a serious tip, she brought out something that was really poignant as far as not giving in to him.
That's right.
Because people are built differently nowadays.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah,
And we just never know what they may be going through.
that's right.
We will have on another subject matter
Mhm.
at some point down the line, mental health.
Yes, absolutely.
Because people get into their feelings
Yes.
and they
yes.
get hurt,
Yes.
right?
Mhm.
However, you have to protect you, especially ladies.
Yes.
If you don't want to give up the box on all seriousness,
That's right.
don't give it up.
Don't give it up.
Don't be pressured to do something that you don't want to do
That's right.
because you are a precious gem
Yes, you
wonderfully
are.
created by him.
That's right.
Yes.
Amen.
So-
yes, preach. And your body is God's temple,
It is.
and
It
no
is.
means no.
It is. Absolutely. Absolutely. So
I love it.
I was
love it.
talking about being ghosted professionally.
Yes.
Especially dealing with the other industry that I'm in, life insurance, where I'm thinking I have a deal, have a person all lined up, ready to go, and they're having an appointment for the Zoom appointment, and next thing
And
you know,
wow,
they don't show.
they don't show up.
I
Wow.
text them, they don't show.
Oh, wow.
Now, good people, this happens more often than not, unfortunately, because some people aren't.
Mhm.
There's a book called The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. And those four agreements: be impeccable with your word,
Mhm.
always do your best, don't make assumptions, and don't take anything personally. Right. So they were not impeccable with their word. They were missing that one of those four agreements
Right.
because they did not honor their word.
Word. That's right.
And if you would at least communicate
That's it. We went
Right.
back to, that's what we said in the opening of the show. Communication is
back
key.
to communication.
Yes.
Communication is key.
Yes, it is.
So if you don't want to succumb to something that you're not ready for at the moment,
That's right.
you don't have to.
Stay in your ground.
Yeah, stand your ground.
That's right. I think they do too much of that in Florida.
Hey, listen,
Yeah.
hey, I'm from Florida. Don't get off my home state. Okay, I'm sensitive
You're in
about
your-
my home state.
Oh, you're in your feelings now.
I am in my feelings, but I don't too much care about the government right about now. Anyway, that's another story for another day.
Yes, it is.
So yeah, if you're being ghosted,
Yeah. It's
detach yourself emotionally and also mentally, because if not, that can wear on you.
it can.
Use one of those four agreements. Don't take it personal.
Yeah.
Don't take
Don't take it personal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't take it personal.
Personal.
That's right. Exactly. So don't take
Yeah.
it personal. Use one of those four agreements, right?
That's right.
So what else you got, Miss
Yeah.
Coach Ray?
So we know it happens in dating, relationships. It happens on the job. It happens in so many different areas of our lives.
Yep.
Talk to us if you've got some more experiences. Share them with us. Put them in the
Yes.
chat or give us a call. Let us know.
Yes.
And let us know, how you dealt with it. What did it mean to you?
Yeah,
Because it means different things to different people.
it does. It does. It
and
does.
And as far as the reasons, what drives people to do it, I mean, it can be
Well-
a number of things, right?
It could be a litany.
Yes, it can.
A litany of things. And we just don't know. Or if that person doesn't want to, have that energy put out there of reaching back out.
Yeah.
It all also boils down to being courteous.
Yeah. Just being courteous. Whatever happened to love thy neighbor as yourself? And so it just seems like it's become a fabric of our culture and of our society.
Yeah.
Everybody wants microwave instant results right now, right now, right now.
Now, we're not talking about Care Bears microwave.
We're not talking about Care Bears microwave. And so people just don't have patience anymore. People don't want to wait for it.
Right. Well, but I like to play. You know how they have the devil's advocate.
Yes.
I don't know. I'm the angel's advocate.
You're the angels. Okay.
I'm
All
the
right.
angel.
Because devil, Satan, get behind me.
Right. But not, and I'm not holier than thou. Okay. But on the other side of that,
Yeah.
why should we even care?
Well, that's a good point.
Especially, do we have someone coming in?
Lisa says hello and welcome.
Oh, thank you,
Thank
Lisa.
you, Lisa. We appreciate you chiming in. We're greatly
Yes.
thankful and appreciative that you have joined in with us today.
Thank you for the love. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. But as I was
Yes.
saying, depending upon the level
Hmm.
of commitment,
Yes.
if it's one day, why should someone care? Why would you care?
Well, that's a good point. It matters because if you are talking to someone or dating someone and you've been having conversations, you've been having dealings for a few weeks,
Right.
a month or plus,
Right.
and you have mutual interest and everyone, you're vibing and you're on the same page, and then someone ghosts you or caspers you, it breaks the trust. And it's like, okay, if this is repeat behavior and a pattern of behavior, you become sort of disillusioned to why should I keep dating? Because it's going to happen again and again. So it does matter. It does make a difference.
Well, that's true, but you have to remember back in the day.
Oh, take us back.
Remember back in the day where we got something coming in, Brother Malcolm? There we go. Listen, good people. This is our first show, so we got some kinks to work through. But guess what? We are moving and grooving because of YOU. So thank you so much. But why would we care? I know I was going to say, I lost my train of thought there. Back in the day, when in elementary school, when they was reading the books, and the guy said, "Boom, turn the page."
Yes.
Just turn the page.
Well, easier said than done.
Especially if you're just on that one day.
Yeah. But again, there's just no excuse for it. I'm like, no excuses. Whatever happened to closure? Back when I was in my 20s and 30s years ago, we used to have what you call closure. People used to, even with job interviews, you can go to 2 or 3 interviews, even one. And if thanks, but no thanks, you'll get a letter in the mail, or they'd email you and say thanks, but no thanks.
Right.
We're going in a different direction.
Right.
Nowadays, you rarely get that. Even job interviews, you can interview with a company. That's happened to me too. I've interviewed with a company. I had 4 or 5 interviews with senior level executives, and I got nothing. I didn't get a letter in the mail, nothing. They just moved on. I think I asked for too much money, but it is what it is because I know my worth and I know my value. Okay.
Now I will say, in the business of acting, when you go on an audition, if you don't get the part, you don't hear from anyone.
You don't hear from anyone.
And there are rare occasions where the producer or director or the casting director, what we got?
Lisa says she experienced being ghosted recently for the first time.
Oh, okay.
Wow. And what can she expound on that? Is that possible?
Lisa, can you expound on that? If that's possible, the call in number is 832-560-2885.
We would love to hear from you,
Yes.
Lisa. But as I was saying, there are rare occasions where the producer, director, maybe the casting director may say, "Hey, that was a great audition, but we're not a great fit right now."
Not a great fit, yeah.
But a majority of the times, we don't hear diddly squat.
Oh,
Nothing, nada,
wow.
zero.
That's tough.
And starting out in that business, you have to understand that ghosting is part of the process.
Gotcha.
Right? So in that regard, professionally, I've been ghosted
Okay.
more times than I can admit. But anytime you put the word "but" in scripture, there's something good on the other side.
That's right. But conjunction, junction. What's your function?
But I understand about the closure piece, but I think it would be different if a person was committed to
Mhm.
a deeper relationship, been on several dates, and then all of a sudden you don't hear from that person. That's a problem. And I would
Mhm.
say that person needs to the person doing the performing the ghosting needs to at least reach out. Hey, I'm not
Mhm.
feeling this any longer.
Yeah.
I'm moving in a different direction. In that situation, have a little tactfulness, have a little
Yes.
couth,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Um,
RESPECT. Respect.
exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. Because truth be told, we would
Yes.
not want to be in the situation that someone was giving to us.
That's right.
Period. Right.
Period. Yes.
So,
Yes.
but yeah, so this is a great conversation. Thank you all for tuning in to the Put You Back Together Again show with Coach Rowe, co-hosted by CJCEEJAY. So now let's talk about we talked about ghosted, and we'll continue to chime in at 832-560-2885 if you've been ghosted. Let's segue and jump into being Caspered.
Yes.
So we talk now. Tell us again,
Oh,
Coach
my
Rowe,
goodness.
what caspering is.
So caspering that's really I think what really bothers people. That's more of they are in and out of your life, in and out, fade away, come in, fade away,
Right.
come in. And to me, it just doesn't, it's just very unsettling because
Mhm.
I think it sounds like they're just sending mixed messages. And who likes to get mixed messages?
They're chiming in.
They're
Lisa,
chiming
right.
in. Oh,
Lisa, you need to call in without.
come on, Lisa.
Come on, Lisa. We want to hear from you.
Yes.
There's a comment on the screen. She says she met a guy when she decided to start dating. Scheduled a date. He was coming from about an hour away, so he said he would get a hotel room and spend the night. I told him I would not meet him or return to his hotel room with him. He said he was okay with that, but never showed up for our date. He wanted a second plane. He wanted. I have a typo. He wanted SEC, plain and simple. Sex. Okay. He wanted sex, plain and
A
simple.
cookie.
I am not the one.
Well,
Lisa, please call in at 832.
Yes. Thank you, Lisa, for that. We appreciate it.
We have other comments. I don't want to disregard them.
Yeah, please.
Angela Vieira also says, I think in today's society, there is more online dating going on and actually meeting people than actually meeting people. So the dynamics are different.
Yes.
That's what Angela Vieira says.
Yes. Exactly.
Lisa came back and said, you guys look amazing. You sound amazing too.
Thank you.
Angela Vieira says, I'm 44, so dating in my 20s is way different than
Yes.
who is 26. Ghosting is so common with people her age.
Mm.
She says she can't call because she's cooking dinner, Lisa says.
Oh,
What you cooking, Lisa? Come bring a plate into the radio station.
We'll be waiting for you after the show, Lisa. Thank you.
But you know what? It's true. We live in a different time, a different society.
The culture is different.
The culture is totally different.
Yes.
Lisa brings up a great point. Was it Angela?
Angela too.
Angela
Yes.
brings up a great point where online dating, you meet people, but you're not really meeting.
That's right.
people.
That's right.
Right.
Right. And you don't know who's behind that online profile. You don't know what you're dealing with. It's easy for them to hide behind that.
Yes. Yes,
That's
because
right.
it's a screen. Oh, we got something coming in. Talk to us.
She's cooking, but she's commenting. She says it's rude for him to do what he did. Just be honest with her.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Honesty. That's right. The best policy, right?
Yeah. At least if Lisa, you were not in this hotel, he should have said, okay, I'll still come and spend some time with you. Get to know you. We got a call coming in.
You got to
Talk to
call.
us.
Talk to us. Hello, caller.
Hi, good evening. How's everybody doing?
Hey, grand evening. How are you?
Good, good. This is Angela.
Hey,
I had to chime in. Just because. I had to chime in because I preach to my. She's 26, right? And granted, I get it. She's a single mom, but she has 2 kids. But I worry more about, the persona that she's meeting and what they're telling her in her ear
Right.
than her going out and meeting this persona, and then it turns out that this persona wasn't the person that was feeding in her ear. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yes.
And she actually had a movie date on Sunday.
Mhm.
She told me, "Mom, I'm going on a date. Can you watch my youngest? Her youngest is 2."
Mhm.
And mind you, she asked me this on Friday, and I preached to her like I don't agree with this. I don't agree with this, and I even told her why. And she's just like, "Mom, you worry too much." And I'm like, for a reason. I guess you don't watch the news.
Yes.
And she went, and like about 30 minutes later, maybe 45 minutes later, she comes back, and I was like, I know the movie was not 45 minutes long. And she said, no, the person never showed up.
Oh, wow.
Yep,
Unbelievable.
the person never showed up.
Wow.
And so secretly, I was happy.
Yeah.
But you know, my husband, you know, he was like, oh hell no, you know, da da da. Like, even though we were concerned about her going, at the same time, we don't want her, you know, we don't want her to have her feelings hurt. She's our daughter.
Yeah.
But it in today's, the way her dating scene is and my dating scene was back when I was her age,
Yeah.
completely different. Completely different.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
Wow. Thank you for sharing that.
And you know what though? Here's what one of the things that what Miss Angela was when she was talking. One of the I'm a big song reference guy, right? Whether it's you know gospel, R&B, country, blues, whatever. One of the songs that came in my mind when he didn't show and you were secretly happy, God blocked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did.
Yes.
He did.
Right?
Yes, he blocked it.
Because
I tell my husband all the time, I know God listens to my prayers. Because
Yes.
boy, I was like, please, Lord Jesus, please don't let anything happen to her. And jokingly, I told her, like, hey, well, since you're leaving, can you just write a little note in case something happens to you that I get your babies and that way I don't have any issues? And she's like, really, Mom? And I do this not because I'm trying to be mean to her. I don't want her to date. I do want her to date. I want her to find somebody. I want her to be happy. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
But I also am very concerned in the manner in which she's doing it because it's not the same. And I will say this. I met my husband online, right? We met online, we dated, and, you know, we ended up getting married. That was a happy ending, right? But that doesn't always happen.
That's right.
That's like a 5% chance that that's going to happen. And then in today's society, that's like the numbers are just like maybe a 1% chance it's going to be, you know.
Angela?
Yes, sir.
This is Malcolm. We have a call coming. Hold for a second.
Oh, okay.
Hold on, Angela.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
This is the Putting You Back Together Again show. Can you please hold on the line, okay? Did you hear it?
Hello?
This is the
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
This is the Putting You Back Together Again show. You made it through, but we're on the other line. Can you please hold?
Okay, thank you.
Give us about 1 minute, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
So let's wrap it up, Andrew. And so, yeah, he blocked it, right? And I got a story that I want to share, speaking on that. But yeah, you're right. It's that 1%. And congratulations to your husband, right?
Awesome.
Yeah, that's
different.
That's my boo. That's my baby. That's my baby.
And listen, keep preaching the good
Yes.
the good sermon to your daughter to keep her safe, because we
Yeah.
need all the wonderful princes and queens that we can have in this world.
Yes. Amen.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for sharing.
Amen.
Take care. Thank you.
No, thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
I'll be listening in.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hello, caller.
Yeah, who we got? Who we got on the line?
Are you there?
Yes, this is Bree from Texas, Houston, Texas.
Hey,
Hey,
Bree.
Bree. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Oh, we're
Phenomenal.
good too. Yes. Awesome.
Yeah, so I was just listening into the podcast. I found it interesting because I've actually been on both sides. I have been ghosted, but I have also ghosted.
Casper, the friendly ghost, not so friendly ghost.
So, but you know, we
Yes.
about being ghosted, but now we have you
As the
Bree
ghost.
as the ghoster.
All right.
Right. So tell us about that.
Yes. Okay. Well, first I just want to start. I'm 24.
Okay.
So, and what the other lady was speaking of previously when she said, as far as like the dating scene nowadays, it is much different than, how it was in, 20, 30 years ago. That is definitely true. But I can speak on my experience when I have ghosted someone. I just got bored. I just got bored with the person. Talking to them, getting to know them. Now it was just like verbal communication. We didn't go out like on any dates or anything.
Okay.
It was just kind of over the phone. Yeah.
Okay.
But after a couple conversations, I don't know, I just kind of lost interest and I stopped responding. But I do agree though, like you should at least communicate and let the other person know.
Yeah.
But I have a question though. I have a question for y'all.
What's
So
that?
what if, okay, so like that, for example, what if it is someone, okay, you just happen to meet, even if you do meet them, let's say you meet them at a Starbucks or something, someone new you just meet or whatever, you get their number. And okay, what if you do like y'all talk for a little while, but y'all never like go on a date or anything like that? Do y'all feel like it's any different as far as how the rules go? Like, do you think you should still communicate to that person, let them know, hey, I'm not interested? Or do you think it's a little different as far as just goes, not responding?
Great question. Great question.
Because the investment is not really there.
Well,
right.
You can still have an emotional investment with someone, even not meeting them in person. You can develop, people in prison get married all the time.
not on the first time you go visit.
Talk about it. But they write letters. I'm saying they write letters. I forgot, what do they call those?
Pen pals.
Pen pals.
Yeah,
they got
that I've
pen
been
pals.
one.
So you fall in love with your pen pals and they get married. So no, that's a good question. I think that it all depends. And we don't want to set a double standard either, because on one hand we're saying, we should communicate, but then we're saying, well, if I didn't go out with them, then why do I need to tell them anything?
Well,
so I think it should be consistent across the board.
Well, that's true. That's true.
Okay.
That's true. However,
However.
But
if you don't feel like being bothered, don't be a bother.
But
right? I mean, because you've been in a situation where just like you got bored. You know what? I'm not feeling this no more.
Yeah.
I'm moving on. I have boom, turn the page.
Right. And that's true. Right? And then why not just send him, let him down easy? There's the Isley Brothers song. Let him down easy. Just send him a text message or send her a text message and say, hey, I think you're a great person, but I don't really see a future with us, or, there's no long-term potential. It's okay.
She's giving you the professional language.
I mean,
just take and say, you know what? Say, I don't want to be bothered. No more.
Boy, bye. I'm just very caring, loving, and compassionate. I'm like Care Bear. I'm just
And I'm not.
Well, that's debatable. What day I catch you on. But I just think that, if we want to receive, we need to give what we want to receive. So I just think that we should do it either way, and just do it. You can do it via text. You don't even got to call them.
Yeah.
Boom.
Because technology really is so simple nowadays.
That's right.
Right.
Push.
Just hit send.
Just hit send.
And you want to carefully craft your language, as Coach Rowe put it. I don't think you're going down the right path.
Well,
and I don't see a bright future with you and I.
I'm saying,
or just say,
I like that. Yeah.
I'm done.
Well, because my thing is, I'm just trying to be protective, because people are unstable. And so if you fire something off that's mean and nasty, you don't know how that person may respond back to you.
Well, I'm done is not mean and nasty.
I'm done, period. And that's it.
Okay,
like,
just
hey,
say,
I enjoyed spending time with you, comma, but we need to move
however,
on.
Comma.
However,
comma. And there you go. One sentence. And you
let them down easy.
Yes.
Let them down easy.
Yes. Now, and really quick, Bree, you mentioned that you're 24, right?
Yes.
And you said that dating is different 20, 30 years ago. Honey, you're only 24.
Hey, I'm just going with y'all based on what y'all are saying.
Okay, you got it.
She's an old soul.
Yes. Listen, we greatly appreciate you chiming in. You have really contributed to making the show to what it is today on our first show. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much.
Yeah,
I'm enjoying the podcast.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We have, before we get back into the show, y'all, we have Miss Katie Nelson. She is hanging around way up there in the rafters watching. She doesn't want to call. She doesn't want to call in, but she was ghosted. She was ghosted, and she's on my page chiming in. I posted it without the video, and she said, "Yep, I was ghosted."
Wow.
So I tried to call in, and she ghosted me.
We're ghosted on the show.
Producer got ghosted.
The producer got ghosted. My
Man,
goodness.
don't ghost Brother Malcolm, please. Please. He's controlling the board for us.
Yes.
That was 20 minutes ago. She still has.
Show him some love.
Wow. Well, you know what? And this is so wonderful. I really didn't realize how many people this affected.
Yes,
right?
Yes.
Let's talk about Caspering. We was getting into that a few moments ago, where people kind of go in and out.
Yes.
With that, we can control that though.
Yes, we can.
Especially the negative energy people, right? Who come around. You can control being Casper. Now, if you just a glutton for punishment,
yeah,
shame on you.
Yes, that's right.
Shame on you. So with Caspering, how would you be able to control being Caspered?
Yes, that's when they come in and out.
Yeah.
They're back and forth, in and out, back and forth, kind of like some inmates, in and out, in and out. So recidivism, right? Well, and seriously though, I mean, it's tough because it can really turn into some mental anguish, right? Yeah. Because there, again, as I mentioned earlier, it sends mixed messages.
Yeah.
On one hand, they act like they like you, they care about your well-being, and then a month later, they keep doing the same thing. Repeat offenders, like we said, the same pattern of behavior. So, and to CJ's point, you've got free will, so you can control that. You can just say, either I'm going to continue to accept it, or no, I'm done. Boy, bye. Girl, bye. I'm done. And just close that door and don't allow that person to reopen it again.
Exactly. Now, I do understand, especially if with Caspering, it's different because there's an established relationship, right? And I understand that, there's some emotions.
Yeah.
And some entanglement.
Yes. Entanglement. That's deep. That's deep.
Hey, Jada. Okay. Anyway, boom, turn the page. There are some emotions involved. And I do understand that part where it's hard to let go. Because there is something about that person that you like or love. However, just like I told someone the other day, you have to look out for number one without stepping on number two. Now, if you got to step on number two, feelings or what have you, you have to, but you have to protect your peace.
That's right.
Right?
You have to.
Because if that person comes around and you know what the end result is going to be, that they're going to be gone again.
Yes.
Without a word, without a care.
That's it.
And now you're back in that situation where you are in your feelings.
Yes.
You're emotional.
That's right.
You have to protect your peace.
Yes.
Right? And peace is priceless.
Oh, it's priceless. You can't, I don't care how much money, you can't buy it.
You can't buy it. You can't buy it. You can rub all the nickels, the dimes, the quarters, the $2 bills, the $5 bills, or whatever together. You can't buy peace.
That's right.
And let me just say this. I thank God for peace.
Yes.
Peace. Peace.
Yes, Lord.
That surrounds me.
Like a shield.
Yes. Don't let me start preaching in here.
Okay.
So, but yeah, you have to protect your peace. Now, with that, how can a person protect their peace?
Well, you have to have mental strength.
Yes.
I mean, we do have emotional ties, and especially women, we really can be into our feelings. We are more emotional than men. However,
However,
that doesn't mean that we should be a doormat and just let people walk all over us.
No.
At some point, when you start seeing those red flags and that person is being consistent in a negative way,
Yeah.
you know that behavior is going to continue. And we go in thinking we can change. We can't change anybody. The only people we can change is ourselves.
Nope. I want to expound. Miss Angela, when she chimed in about her daughter going to the movie and the guy didn't show
up.
God blocked it.
Yes, right. He blocked it. Yes.
He blocked it. I just read a story just maybe yesterday. 19-year-old. 19 years old was going on a date with a 32-year-old. She was in college. I believe this is up north, maybe in Wisconsin. Unfortunately, she went on a date, went back to his house. First time meeting him, by the way. She had talked about on her job how she was excited to go on the date and everything like that. And when she didn't show up for her shift the next day, her friends, coworkers got concerned. It was a tragic ending.
Oh, no.
Very tragic ending.
Wow.
So I bring that up to say, if you're going on a first date, and if that person you know what, just don't go home with them.
That's right.
Be in a safe area. Matter of fact, do what we used to do back in the day. Go on a double date, right? Because people are there. They have you never know what their HPA is. Hidden political agenda.
That's right. Yeah.
So you never know what that HPA is. And if you need to go on a double date, go on a double date.
There's
it's
nothing
okay.
wrong with that.
There's
That's
nothing
right.
wrong with that.
That's right.
Because you have to make sure you know that person for who they are.
That's right.
And you're not going to know that person for who they are on a first date.
That's right.
Maybe on the second or third date, you're not going to know that person.
Well, sometimes you can be married to them and not really know them. I mean,
because I'm telling you. But you really do make sure you have to going back to protect your peace.
Be very careful.
Now, if you need to go someone, you know what? If they're acting crazy, ghost them. Right?
Yeah.
Ghost them.
Just move on.
Just
You have
move
to move
on. Because it goes back to protecting your peace.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So you want to make sure that you're protecting your peace in that regard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I'm just saying, just be careful how you do it too, because any little thing, you can
Very
jump
true.
in front of someone when you're driving down a freeway and they want to, that ignites road rage. So it's just people are on edge these days.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that, you have to be deeply spiritual when you let them go, but just
don't send them a thesis.
Yeah. Don't send them a whole thesis, a dissertation. Hey, but I'm just saying, take the high road and just be polite about it. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Can I chime in on something?
Yes.
Absolutely. Talk to us, Brother Malcolm.
I have a ghosting story.
Oh, the producer has a story. Were you the ghost? Ghoster?
I was the ghost.
You were the ghost. Okay.
Back when I was in my player days.
Player.
We'd go out to the club and go dancing. Me and one of my best friends would go out dancing, and of course we'd meet women. And one night in particular, we decided, hey, the chemistry is good, and we're gonna go get us a room and have some fun for the night. And when I got to the room, she changed. I was just like,
no.
Okay, this is not how she was acting in the club.
Yeah.
She was acting sophisticated and well-spoken. I get to the room, and the gorilla came out.
She flipped the script.
She flipped the script.
Yeah. So I went and whispered at my boy, and, hey, need to holler at you for a second. And so we stepped outside on the balcony, and out loud, I said, I'm just going to get some drinks, man. Get in the car. I left them in the car outside to make sure she heard us. And he and his date heard us.
Sure.
So he said, all right. So I grabbed him by the arm out of view so he would come with me. When he came with me, I said, I'm not coming back. Whatever happens in there is, we already paid for the room. I don't care.
Right.
I'm out of here.
Right.
And I was all kind of names. But hey, my buddy had fun.
Sure.
He had fun, and I was done.
So he stayed?
He stayed.
He went back.
He went. So he wanted the nookie.
Yes. Yeah.
Did they do a threesome?
Yes.
Oh.
They did.
That's
Oh, wow, that's a different show.
My buddy he's not as picky.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Me, when that gorilla came out of her, I was just like, oh no.
I don't think it's being picky. We have standards.
Standards.
We have standards.
Yeah, standards.
Well, good for you. See,
I mean,
you may not have been here to tell the story had you gone back.
Right. Had I gone back, right.
You don't know.
I mean, she looked good. She
See?
talked good in the club, and then the gorilla came out of her. You know, I'm not
Wow.
very judgmental. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I'm not just gonna go from head to toe and be like, oh, well, her hair's out of place.
Yeah.
Shoes untied. It wasn't like that. It was
Yeah.
just the mentality. I was
Yeah.
just like, oh no.
Right.
That's a turn off.
Well, people will tell you
Mm-hmm.
who they are
That's
in
right.
most cases. And if they're telling you who they are, in Brother Malcolm's case, when they flip the script,
Yes.
use these two things right here
And believe what you see.
and
That's
listen,
right. Listen.
right? Listen.
That's right.
Your boy didn't want to listen, so we don't. He may have some emotional scarring,
He might. Yeah.
or some other,
Or
type
some
of-
physical scarring too. Woo.
Yeah. So
Well,
you have
yeah.
to really make sure that you're protecting your peace. And
Yes.
and if you need to go someone, just like Brother Malcolm's situation, if you need to go someone, hey,
Yeah.
do it, because
Yeah.
ultimately it's all about YO.
Yes. That's right.
Yes.
Know your worth. Love
Know your
yourself.
worth.
That's right.
Know your
Yes,
worth.
you have
Know your
to.
worth.
You have to.
But this has been such an intriguing conversation.
It has.
Any more comments in the chat, Brother Malcolm?
Any more questions or comments? We've still got some time.
No comments right now. I
That's
would like
okay.
to give a couple shout outs for those
Yes.
who are tuned in on Instagram. Thank you, MS. Thank
Yes.
you, MS.K.Goods for joining in. Thank you, Chrissy Beauty. I've worked with her several times with our event staffing agency. Thank you, Chrissy Beauty, for tuning in and supporting. Gold Threats is tuned in. PYT Muse. I wish y'all would call in. All of them are chimed in.
Oh, wow.
Listening.
Oh.
I went in earlier and it was like a Christmas tree. They were just lined up.
Wow.
And they're listening. They're enjoying
Thank
it. I
you.
guess they're feeling y'all out.
Yes.
This show will be airing every Tuesday night, everybody,
Yes.
from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. I'm going to put the information up on the screen so you'll know exactly what you're tuned into right now.
Mhm.
This is the putting you back together
Yes.
show, putting you back together again show. I'm going to get used to it. Listen to me, season 2. Show number 2, I'll get used to it again, but this is the official flyer. Putting you back together again with Coach Rowe and CJ will be airing every Tuesday night from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Tonight was about whether you've been ghosted or not, or if you did the ghosting like
Yes.
I did myself.
Oh.
I did it myself, and I'm not ashamed of it.
Yeah,
But
he's
hey,
not ashamed of it.
not ashamed of it at all. This is their debut show.
Yes.
Ooh.
I want to ask a question to the host right quick. Why did you name it Putting You Back Together? I know, and you know, but
Great
I don't know.
question.
Tell the good people.
Yes, because I'm all about empowerment and transformation. So everything I do, when I'm working with my clients or prospective clients or just people that I meet in the community, I'm just very passionate about helping people and making a difference and making an impact in the lives of people to help make our world better, to help make our world a better place. So putting you back together again, that's so many different aspects of our lives. That can be emotional, that can be mental, that can be financial. Right? Relational,
Physically.
relationships, spiritual growth.
Mhm.
So I'm looking at growth and transformation. And that's what I help my clients do in all those different areas.
Well, you know what? Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Why did you want me to be your co-host?
Because I knew you needed some transformation. And I wanted to be able to kind of work with you indirectly. No, I'm joking. Because you were such an awesome person. And I knew you would bring a lot of energy to the table. And a great perspective, great insight. So
Thank
yes.
you. Thank you.
Thank you for
I
adding
am grateful that you saw something in me to be a part of your show. Greatly appreciate that.
Thank
I
you.
really, really do. Had a great time today.
Yes, I did too.
And with everyone chiming in. It's good.
It feels good.
Yeah, it feels good. We got someone chiming in?
No, real quick. I just
Okay.
want to make sure everybody knows exactly who Coach Rowe is before we get out of here.
Yes.
We want you to make sure you go and follow Coach Rowe on Instagram and Facebook.
Yes, follow me.
At putting you. I don't know why I can't say this. Put your life back together again.
Putting you back together.
Putting you
Yeah,
back
putting you
together
back
again.
together
Yes. And I've got
Let
a
it roll.
website, puttingyoubta.com. You can email me if you want to continue the conversation. You can send me an email at puttingyouBTA@outlook.com.
I have her contact information on the screen. She's an executive leader, transformational business, financial, and life coach, radio talk show host, mentor. Contact her at the listed email. And if you want to go check her website out, her website's on the screen right now. Put your life to.
Put
I'm
your
gonna-
We got to get it right,
All
Brother
right.
Malcolm. We got to get it right.
Myself.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Putting
Some
you back
transformation.
together again.
Yes.
I need a transformation myself. Putting you back together.
I'll schedule a
again.
session with you tomorrow.
Thank you, ma'am. I need it. I'm shaking up right now. That's her website right there. Putting you, BTA. BTA stands for back together again. PuttingyouBTA.com is her website. Go get more information about her business. She's a life coach, y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. This was a great show.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
well,
yes.
I think that does it for us. Thanks again for joining us, everyone. And be sure to tune in to us next week, Tuesday, 6 p.m. And next week, we're going to talk about finances. Is your money managing you, or are you managing your money?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Angela's chimed in late. She's still with us to the end. She's putting hearts across the screen.
Oh.
She also says, I had to really think about it if I've ever been ghosted. If they did, I still had a great time because I'm the fun in the relationship.
Yeah,
Hello.
that's right. I know
Hello.
that's right.
Hello,
She knows
Angela,
her
bringing
worth.
the energy.
Yes.
Yes.
She knows her value. Yes.
That's the last comment of the night, y'all. Y'all tune in next Tuesday night from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. We want y'all to keep it locked. Real Talk 100 Radio from 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock tonight. We're going to talk about sports. We're going to talk about the NBA playoffs that are coming up.
Ooh,
And we're
yes.
also going to talk about the WNBA draft.
Yes, that was last
Right.
night.
Last
Yes.
night.
All
Last
right.
night. I loved it. We're going to talk about that from 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock tonight. To tune in, all you got to do is tune in on our YouTube page and our Facebook page and call in at 832-560-2885. We're out of here for right now. We'll see y'all in a few minutes. Good night.
Good night.